Hello, my friends. I'm Kathy Rhodes. Thanks for joining me today. Today we're going to think differently about your wow and your how. Have you ever thought about your wow or your how? Well, this episode is totally dedicated to a group of friends that I spent some time with back in August when I was at a conference. So, big shout out to my friends Deb and Teresa, Ray, Randy, Stefan, Kimberly, Susan, Payne, and Edwin. Thank you. Thank you for letting me be a part of the dinner. You see, every year when we attend this conference in Orlando, there's always a group of us that goes out for dinner. And it's different every year, yet there's some of the people who are the same, and I'm very honored that I was part of the group. But every year at dinner, there's always a question that's kind of thrown out there that everybody needs to answer. So this year's question was based on a session that we attended earlier in the day. Mark Cole, the CEO of the Maxwell Organizations, presented a session, and to be honest, I don't remember the name of his session, but he came out with some big luggage bags. And he was rolling these luggage bags with him. And the question that he laid out for all of us was, what's in your baggage? What's in the baggage that you carry around with you every day? And he wasn't really talking about good things in our baggage or our luggage. He's truly talking about the baggage that we carry around every single day. Well, I didn't really like this question. To put it bluntly, I just didn't really like it because I didn't want to think about my answer. And since I haven't thought about my answer, I had nothing to share. And if I was going to think about my answer, I don't know if I really wanted to share. So there were a few times it came to me and I'm like, no, not answering right now, not answering. And finally, fine, I know what my baggage is. And I'm going to share. I'm going to take a chance. And I'm going to share. The baggage that I carry around with me, or I carried around with me every day, is the fact that I do everything alone. And with that idea that I need to do everything alone, I have some victim thoughts, like, I'm the only one that can get me anywhere. I need to do it on my own. So why? What does this really mean? Why is this even coming? Why is this even in my head? Well, you see, if you know my husband, John, he's a very charismatic person. He is fun-loving, magnetic to be around. I mean, people love to be around him. They love him. And anytime, we're both together, he'll comment and he'll say, I'm the wow and she's the how. And that's not a compliment to me. Actually, it's just kind of mean, if you ask me. Like, everybody wants to be the wow, right? Everybody wants the wow. And when he says it, I mean, he does have wow factors about him, and he does create the wow moments, and he does have great ideas. And I'm the implementer. I'm the one who gets things done. But when he says it, I'm the wow and she's the how, it's not a compliment. So I haven't grown to love it. Now, what is my how? What does that really mean? Well, my how is, I'm the calendar. I'm all about scheduling. I'm very detailed. I can get tasks done. I'm organized. I'm disciplined. I'm the troubleshooter. Oh, I can figure out technology. I can figure out things. I can troubleshoot through it. But to be honest, do your own dang dirty work. I can be the wow too. And I feel like the people with the wow, they're the ones who are seen. I want to be seen. I mean, this is such a selfish thing that I was sharing at the dinner table, right? Even when I talk about it now, it's so selfish. but it's my baggage. It's really my baggage. And you know, if I'm going to do the dirty work, I kind of want some credit once in a while. When I'm with John, the wow, right? He's seen and he's focused on. And usually when we attend this conference, he's with me. And this time in August, he wasn't with me. And I like those moments. I like those moments where I can be me and I can get credit for what I'm doing, right? Usually my how isn't seen. My how isn't appreciated. And that's the worst part of it. It's just not appreciated. Okay, here's a good example. Here's a good story. This happened years ago. We were on a family vacation. We flew into Vegas, and then we rented a car and we went to Arizona, the Grand Canyon, the Hoover Dam, Lake Havasu City. I mean, we had a great vacation. It was amazing. Well, on the way home, we drove back to Vegas, spent the night, and then flew out of Vegas. And we were in the pool. I think it was the morning before we left. We were in the pool, and the kids said to Dad, "This was the best vacation ever. Thank you so much." Well, that's very sweet of them to recognize and to thank Dad. But I did all the planning. I did all the organizing. I mean, Dad did all the driving on the trip, right? I did it all. I made all the reservations. And they didn't even look at me. They didn't even look at me. They didn't even thank me. And then they went about their business and I lost it in the pool. I mean, we're talking about gushing tears. I'm like, this stinks. This stinks. You know, and John just kind of laughs because he's the wow, right? I'm like, this stinks. I did all the work and they don't even recognize it. Why do you think I wasn't embracing my how? Why do you think this was baggage for me? Well, my friend Deb, that night at the dinner table, as I was kind of unloading my heart, she looked at me and Deb, kudos to you. Deb has a way of just looking deep into you. And as she looked into me and was processing exactly how she wanted to say her words, she said, "Your how is your wow." My how is a wow. It's my wow. I have wow in me. And it's my how. I need to think differently about my how talents. I need to own them. I need to be proud of them. It hit me. It hit me in that moment, and it's been hitting me ever since. I am showing up differently now with this new thought and this new ownership of my talents, of my how ability. Here's an example of how it is showing up differently for me. A few weeks after this revelatory moment, we attended a football game, a college football game, and we go fully loaded because we do some tailgating ahead of time. So we come with a TV, we're streaming the game or the pregame stuff or other games. We've got food and crock pots and a grill, and you know, it's a lot of fun, okay? It's a lot of fun. Well, before we even left the house, John got the TV hooked up in the garage, and he was testing with his phone how to stream through the apps, and he got it working. And he said, I got it working. I'm good. I'm like, great. So we left. We drove 5 hours to the game and set up, and the TV was not working. It was not streaming through the app. We had to hotspot, I have to think of my technical words here. We had to hotspot our phone and then stream our app, and it wasn't working. Well, thankfully, my son was there and his wife and me, and we figured it out. You can't stream and hotspot on the same device. That was our whole problem. And then it hit me. I know why it worked at home. Because we were on the same Wi-Fi. We were on the Wi-Fi of the house. That made total sense to me. For John, it didn't. It didn't make sense. He still didn't really understand why it worked at home and not here. But John's not the technical one. He's just not. He's not as technically minded as I am. And as we walked to the game later that afternoon, I apologized to him because I know he's not technical. I know that's not his strength. I know I'm a much better troubleshooter. I'm more patient with it and I can kind of think through it, think through the technology. I know that's my strength. That's how I'm owning my how. I apologized to John and I said, I should have tested it thoroughly at home. I know enough to get off the Wi-Fi and to use the data, and I should have tested it. And John just kind of looked at me and said, wow, that's never happened before. Well, no, because normally I'd be just irritated that he didn't understand technology and that he didn't ask for help. And I need to own my how because it is my wow. I also need to let people in to be on my team and work at things that I'm not strong at. Because there are things, my how is my wow. There are things that I'm really good at, but there's also things that I'm not good at. You know, for John, I mean, he's this wow moment and people just get magnetized to him. And when things get deep or when things get technical, he can kind of lighten the moment. He truly knows how to exceed expectations. I need to embrace that, right? I need to embrace that. And then there's different vendors, let's just say, that I partner with. You know, the vendor who creates my website, the vendor who hosts my website, the vendor who's helping me with my marketing and my selling and my branding. That's not my thing. I need to find my people. Oh, and then there's Lori, my administrative assistant. Yeah. She has all these admin duties and she can be even more organized and processed and system driven than I am. And she thinks ahead of me and she takes care of all of this minutia that, thank you, Lori. Thank you, Lori. You know, when I think back to a few things that I've been struggling with these past few years, when it's related to my health, it was just my fitness and my healthy eating. I didn't find success in these areas when I tried to do it alone. I need people. Thank you to Kale, my fitness trainer. Thank you to Dr. Jackie, my functional medicine doctor. It's with these people that I'm finally finding success. It's their wow, which might be how related, but I need their wow. We need everybody's wow, right? On another football game trip, we went to a hotel that has been recently kind of repurchased by a different organization. And it's not up to par. Let's just say that. Let's just say it went from a nice hotel to mediocre. And this is a fresh topic in my mind. So as I was walking up the stairs to our room and I'm looking at the garbage in the stairwells, I thought, you know what? Details matter. Details matter. This mediocre hotel could totally increase their score. They could increase their wow if they found somebody to focus on all the little details. All the little details that really make it or break it for a guest. For example, I don't drink coffee, so we go down to breakfast in the morning. I also don't drink juice. I drink water and tea. Well, there's no pot of hot water next to the coffee pots. I bring my own tea. I don't even need you to supply tea. There's just no hot water. And then there's no filtered water, or there's no area to kind of fill your water bottle with. I mean, the guy took my water bottle back to the sink in the back kitchen and filled it. Just little things. Or pick up the garbage in the stairwell. Pick up the garbage, the little scraps of paper that are just in the front vestibule area. There really is magic in the details. And my how is the details. So what's your how? Are you a wow person? Are you a how person? What's your strength? And do you own it? That was the most dramatic revelation that I've ever experienced when I realized I'm not owning my wow. I'm not owning the how that's within me. So again, thank you to all of my table friends. Thank you for helping me to think differently. Thank you for challenging me, for listening to me, for just understanding and feeling into what I was experiencing. So Deb, Teresa, Ray, Randy, Stefan, Kimberly, Susan, Payne, and Edwin, thank you. For all of you, thanks for joining us today. And I hope today's message has challenged you to think differently. Think differently about your strengths and your talents and how well you own it. I'll see you next time. Be great, my friends. I hope this topic has challenged you to think differently as you strive to grow from success to world class. Please follow this podcast, share it with your friends, and follow me and Unity Consulting on all social platforms: Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn, and our website, unityconsultingllc.com. I look forward to connecting with you next time to challenge your habits so that you are more efficient and fully empowered.